Deep in the misty jungles of Papua New Guinea, where ancient spirits are said to whisper through the trees, a tale unfolds. The Asaro mudmen, covered in ghostly white clay, once terrified their enemies without shedding a drop of blood. Their secret? A brilliant deception, masking themselves as spirits to strike fear into rival tribes. But this is just a glimpse of Papua New Guinea's mysteries, a land of warriors, uncharted jungles and age-old traditions. Welcome to Nations of the World. If you love unraveling the history, culture and hidden stories of nations, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment which country we should explore next. Stay until the end for an astonishing reveal that will change how you see this country forever. Now let's begin our journey into Papua New Guinea. Imagine a land where 80% of the terrain remains untouched by roads, where dense rainforests cloak towering mountains and volcanic islands rise from the Pacific like sleeping giants. Papua New Guinea, located just north of Australia, is one of the world's most geographically and culturally diverse nations. Covering 462,800 square kilometers, 178,000 square miles, it shares its main island with Indonesia's West Papua. The capital, Port Moresby, sits along the coastline, but the heart of PNG lies in its vast wilderness. The Sepik River, a twisting serpent of water, has been the lifeblood of countless tribes, while the Bismarck Archipelago and Trobriand Islands hold some of the world's most unique traditions. And here's something mind-blowing. Papua New Guinea is home to the third largest rainforest on Earth, trailing only the Amazon and Congo. It's a treasure trove of undiscovered species where explorers still stumble upon creatures science has never documented. With a population of over 8 million people, how did humans survive and thrive in such an untamed land? Let's uncover its history. Papua New Guinea is one of the most culturally isolated places on Earth, home to over 800 tribes, some of whom had no contact with the outside world until recent decades. Many still live as they did centuries ago, preserving traditions passed down through countless generations. Among them are the Korowai, known for their towering tree houses, built high above the jungle floor to protect against rival clans. Some accounts suggest that cannibalistic rituals once played a role in their belief system, but these practices have largely faded into history. The Asmat people, infamous for their head-hunting past, were once feared warriors who believed consuming an enemy's spirit made them stronger. Today, their stunning wood carvings and traditions remain, but the darker aspects of their past are mostly left to history. The Huli Wigmen, recognizable by their elaborate wigs and face paint, still uphold warrior customs, while the Bosavi people, living deep in the rainforest, have been studied only in recent years due to their extreme isolation. Though rumors of modern cannibalism persist, they are largely myths. Yet the idea that entire societies could remain undiscovered in PNG's vast wilderness still fuels curiosity and mystery. Before we dive into historical records, let's travel back to a time when stories explained the world. The Kui and the creation of fire is one such legend. According to the Highland tribes, the first humans lived in eternal darkness until Kui, a mischievous trickster, stole fire from the spirits and brought light to humanity. But at a price, fire also brought war. Archaeological evidence tells us that humans first arrived over 50,000 years ago, likely from Southeast Asia. They developed some of the earliest known agricultural practices, cultivating taro and yams thousands of years before many other civilizations. The first European sighting was in 1526 when Portuguese explorer Jorge de Menezes landed on its shores. He named it Ilhas dos Papuas, meaning islands of frizzy-haired people. Then in 1545, Spanish explorer Inigo Ortiz de Retes claimed the land for Spain, calling it New Guinea, due to the resemblance of the people to those of Guinea in Africa. But PNG's true colonial fate was sealed in the late 19th century when Germany took control of the northern half while the British claimed the south. During World War I, Australia took over, ruling until PNG's independence in 1975. Yet, long before this, another war shaped its future. Papua New Guinea became a fierce battlefield in World War II. The Kokoda Track Campaign of 1942 to 1943 saw Australian troops, alongside Papuan forces, push back the Japanese advance in one of the most grueling jungle wars in history. Today, the Kokoda Trail is an iconic pilgrimage site, symbolizing resilience and sacrifice. Despite its vast natural resources, gold, copper, oil and timber, Papua New Guinea remains one of the world's least developed countries. The economy heavily relies on agriculture, with 85% of the population practicing subsistence farming. Mining is PNG's most significant industry, yet much of its wealth does not reach the local people, leading to high levels of poverty. Corruption and a lack of infrastructure continue to hinder economic growth. Papua New Guinea is the most linguistically diverse country on Earth, home to over 850 languages. Tok Pisin, English and Hirimotu are the official languages, but most people speak their local dialects first. Christianity is the dominant religion introduced by missionaries, but indigenous beliefs still thrive, especially in rural areas. Many blend Christianity with ancestral worship, believing spirits and magic shape the world. This rich tapestry of languages and beliefs forms the unique identity of Papua New Guinea, a nation where tradition and modernity coexist. Papua New Guinea's flag is a striking fusion of tradition and nature. The bird of paradise, a symbol of freedom, represents its indigenous heritage, while the Southern Cross constellation links it to its Pacific neighbors. The national emblem includes a kundu drum and spear, embodying PNG's warrior spirit and cultural richness. The Raggiana bird of paradise, PNG's national bird, is celebrated for its stunning beauty and cultural significance. The dugong, PNG's national animal, signifies the deep connection to its marine environment and the importance of conservation. Now prepare to be enchanted by the legend of the Kukuku people and their extraordinary encounter with the magnificent birds of paradise. Deep within the vibrant rainforests of Papua New Guinea, nestled amongst towering mountains, lived the Kukuku people, also known as the Angu or Anga people. Skilled hunters, they moved through the jungle with an effortless grace, their lives intertwined with the rhythms of nature. Yet amidst this vibrant environment, a subtle lack of color permeated their existence. Their clothing was muted, their villages a somber palette of browns and greens. A young hunter named Kawa felt this absence keenly. Driven by a yearning for vibrancy, Kawa ventured deep into the heart of the jungle. He pushed through dense foliage, sunlight filtering through the emerald canopy, casting dappled shadows on the forest floor. And then he saw them, a breathtaking spectacle. Birds of paradise, their feathers shimmering with iridescent hues of emerald, ruby and sapphire, danced through the canopy. It was a symphony of motion and color, a kaleidoscope of life against the backdrop of green. Kawa was mesmerized. He envisioned his people adorned with such brilliance, the Kukuku vibrant and alive, but these birds were elusive, their capture a challenge many hunters had failed. Kawa, however, chose a different path. Instead of brute force, he opted for observation and understanding. He spent days watching the birds, studying their habits, learning their calls, and memorizing their roosting spots. With this knowledge, he crafted a plan. He wouldn't hunt them, he would outsmart them. He built intricate traps from jungle vines, mimicking the natural movements of the forest. He placed them near the birds' roosting sites, hoping to capture them without harm. As dusk fell, the birds of paradise returned, their feathers catching the fading light. Kawa, concealed in the shadows, triggered his traps. The birds were gently captured. Kawa returned to his village, bearing the gift of color. The Kukuku rejoiced, using the feathers to adorn their clothing, headdresses and homes. Their world transformed, vibrant and alive. The legend of Kawa and the birds of paradise became a cherished tale. It celebrated not conquest, but understanding and respect for nature. It taught that true beauty lies in harmony. And so the Kukuku, adorned in the birds of paradise's vibrant hues, continued to flourish, their lives a testament to the bond between humanity and the natural world. Now let's dive into one of the most chilling mysteries in Papua New Guinea's history, the disappearance of Michael Rockefeller. In 1961, the son of New York Governor Nelson Rockefeller embarked on an expedition to study the Asmat people, one of PNG's most feared warrior tribes. Fascinated by their intricate wood carvings and warrior culture, he ventured deep into their territory. But on November 19, 1961, disaster struck. His boat overturned and he vanished while trying to swim to shore. What happened next remains a mystery. Official reports claim he drowned, but rumors persist. Some say he was captured and eaten in a ritualistic revenge killing. Others believe he chose to live among the Asmat, abandoning the modern world. To this day, no concrete evidence has surfaced, making Rockefeller's fate one of the most haunting unsolved cases in history. Papua New Guinea remains one of the last true frontiers of human civilization, a land where traditions still reign, spirits are said to walk among the living, and mysteries like Michael Rockefeller's disappearance still haunt the jungles. As we leave the misty jungles of Papua New Guinea, here's something truly mind-blowing. It's believed that over 40 tribes in Papua New Guinea remain completely uncontacted by the outside world. Hidden deep within its impenetrable forests, these tribes live as they have for centuries, untouched by modern technology, global politics, or even the concept of life beyond their village borders. Could there still be communities living in complete isolation, preserving ancient ways we've never imagined? Papua New Guinea may hold secrets we have yet to discover, making it one of the last true frontiers of the unknown. That's it for Papua New Guinea. If you enjoyed this journey through its mysteries and marvels, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. What nation should we explore next? Let me know in the comments below. In the previous episode, we explored Uzbekistan. Can you name the city that is home to the stunning Registan Square, one of the most iconic landmarks in Central Asia? Also, explore our playlist by continents to discover more countries from around the world. We've already covered Indonesia, so check it out if you haven't seen it yet. See you next time on Nations of the World, where every country has a story to tell.